Okay, the third trait of 6 that we're going to talk about is voice. And that was actually me when I was a kid. That's a picture. It looks like a drawing, but that's actually a photo of me. What a good-looking kid that is, right? Most of the information, again, comes from Education Northwest, copyright 2010. So a lot of the information here is paraphrased from that sheet. Voice, here's your definition. The unique perspective of the writer evident in the piece through the use of compelling ideas, engaging language, and revealing details. Isn't that pretty? Doesn't make much sense, right? Okay, so unique perspective, that means a personal perspective. That's what makes it your paper and not everybody else's. Okay, so it's the perspective of the writer. And it needs to be evident throughout the paper. That means it needs to show up in the areas of ideas, the ideas you use, the way you present them, the language that you use, obviously no cussing, but when we say language, it means the specific role of how you would write. Okay, you'll develop this. And then revealing details. The details that you choose to reveal also tell something about you. Now, your paper should speak directly to the reader in a manner that is individual to you. Again, it's all about catching what makes you you and putting it in the writing. Now, you will develop this skill as you go. That's what this first one up here says. Okay, you will develop this as you write more. Okay, it just kind of comes out. But you need to work on it a little too. Readers should feel like they know you when they're finished reading your writing. They should know a little bit more about you based on what you're writing and how you wrote. Okay, narrative writing is honest, personal, and engaging. So anytime you're writing a story, it should be emotional. Like, remember, writing is an art form. So art should tap into what makes you human. So I know it gets a little bit philosophical here, but as a writer, you need to be tapping into those things. And that's what makes it your own particular voice. Now, your paper should be compelling, engaging, and show respect for the audience, right? Isn't that so easy? It's so easy. No, it's not. It's tough. It's tough. Compelling means it's interesting. It makes you want to read more. Okay? Engaging, same kind of thing. It gets you involved as a reader. Okay? That's what we want your writing to do. And then you need to respect for the audience. Okay? Don't talk down to them. Don't make them feel stupid. But also understand who you're talking to. Okay? You got to be respectful of that. There's some examples of how to do that. Use your topic, the details, and the language to strongly connect with the audience. So make sure that when you figure out your audience, you also pick a topic that would fit them, the details that would fit them, and the language that you use is accessible to your audience. Now the writer should also, the writer, should take risks with the revealing details. So some of the details that you choose to share, especially in like a narrative kind of situation, you want those things to be risky, not risque, very different. Risky, meaning you're going to be a little bit vulnerable in how you write, because that's really what friendships are based on, right? Is that kind of vulnerability. And you as a writer are trying to make a connection with your readers. So that's actually more important than you think it might be. And there is a place for that in academic writing as well, though academic writing typically doesn't get as weepy. Expository or persuasive essays reflect understanding and a commitment to the topic. So remember, you're reflecting understanding and commitment to the topic. So when you write an academic essay, you need to make sure you know what you're talking about. And your writing should exude confidence. Okay? Not arrogance, but confidence in your opinion and in what you know and think about that topic. Now, here's the key question. When we talk about voice, here's the question you want to ask. Would you keep reading this piece if it were longer? If the answer is yes, it's probably because you've connected to the writer, and it's like having a nice conversation with somebody. You don't want it to end. Okay? But sometimes, you get to where like, oh my gosh, just let this paper be over. I'm so bored. Okay? You don't want that. That means that you're not putting enough personality into it. You're not putting enough of yourself into it. Okay? So that's the key question. Go ahead and pause that and write that down. Okay? So that's the that's the kind of in-depth view of the trait of voice. So look for the next video in the series, and that'll do it.